animal kingdom part of the story and how we see in this particular kingdom a little bit of glimpse that we can understand and what are the priorities that we can see, how the people from this kingdom actually talk, speak, look at their entire surroundings, look at their issues, what are the issues that these people have. So for example, in insect class, share a high level of restless activity. Insects are basically very restless. So these people are showing high level of restlessness that is there in them and a fear of sudden death among other features. Also, it became clear that most insects lie in the same miasm, namely the tubercular miasm. So when we did this classification of miasms, then we did classification of kingdom, then we started understanding yesterday's topic where we left out, we started understanding each and every sub-kingdom, how it is and what is the commonality. So in insects, what was the thing that was seen similar is about that they were having, all the insects more or less were having a lot of restless activity and therefore they belong mostly to the tubercular miasm, right? Next. An advantage with the animal kingdom is that their behavior is observable. We can easily see their behavior in the animal kingdom. The way the movement is, the way the attack is, the way the defense is, the way the planning is, the way the deceitfulness is, the way the camouflaging is, the way the need for a group is for mammals for that matter. All these things were very clearly being seen in their actual behavior, talks, expressions and everything by the people, right? The plant kingdom, however, remained an enigma all along. So the plant kingdom was the only kingdom that was remaining. What we spoke yesterday about the Ranunculaceae and we spoke about the Compositae family. Yeah. So if one looks at the remedies belonging to the particular plant family, shows number of discernible common features, and if you see lot of common features are seen in a particular family. For that matter, we are going to see about the papavaraceae family for that matter. If you see opium, if you see chelidonium, if you see sanguinaria, if you see the codenum, if you see morphinum, if you see epomorphinum, all these remedies that are there, you will see something commonly linked in them. The thread that links in them is the drug-like state that there is in this particular family, right? And opium, which we know about, it's a classical drug that many people use, and there is a big mafia gang that is happening behind this opium marketing, right? So there is a common theme that runs in this particular family. Another important thing that is there that you can see in this family is the feeling of being in a hell-like state. It is an immense amount of torture, pain, suffering, out of proportional suffering that you can see. This is the common thread that was noticed in opium, in chelidonium, in sanguinaria, in morphinum, in epomorphinum. All these remedies, if we read through the materia medica, what was coming commonly was this intense amount of torture, suffering, right? So this is how what we could see gradually in every plant family. There was, every family had a uniqueness in all those remedies that are coming from a same family, something common. Composite had injury common. Papavaraceae had something like having intense amount of torture as a common feature. Numbness, right? Anesthetic state. This was running common in the Papavaraceae family. Shock for that matter. In the Loganaceae, shock and shattered was running common in Naxomeca, in Ignatia, in Gelsemium, in Curare. All these remedies from the Loganaceae family were having shock as an important aspect, right? Next. So let's take for example Ranunculaceae, which we discussed yesterday also a little bit so that we can understand this clearly. Aconite, pulsatilla, staphy, all three came from the same family, right? The Ranunculaceae. Right? What happened further was, the difference is there is intense fear of death that marks the aconite mind, the mildness and weeping nature of that of pulsatilla, whereas indignation was an important factor for staphy. So now you are seeing all three are the ones that are coming from the Ranunculaceae, but the differences that is there is that aconite has got tremendous amount of fear of death, whereas pulsatilla is known for its weeping and mildness, and staphy is known for its honor and pride that wounded causes all the problem, right? Next. Then this we have understood this, we have studied this even in botany way back in our 8th standard about the dicotyledon and the monocotyledon. So if morphologically there has to be a difference, but if the same morphology is going to be in the same family, then are we going to see morphological classification, the monocotyledon having all the common features, dicotyledon having all the common features? Then is it possible that for example, pulsatilla should be a dicot and staphy should be monocot to make the difference? Can it be possible? From the same family, one is dicot, one is monocot. Can it be possible? It cannot be possible. So the classification again holds true that monocots are different, dicots are different, right? So the families that we are talking about has to have from this particular botanical classification that has been done by the understanding of the dicot, monocot and all these things that we have learned about. If that is true, then there is some differences that we are not noticing in the plant family which is also running common, which is not observable. So we tried to make a deeper study and understanding. If botany is true, then homeopathy also has to be through the botanical classification. What we are understanding now, that also has to be true. So where is it that we are faltering? Where is it that we are making a mistake? Where is it that we are not understanding? So that is what made us to restudy the whole understanding and see how and what makes the remedies of aconite, pulsatilla and staphy come in the same family with the same mental symptoms, with the same theme running, but only that there is some coping mechanism that is different for aconite, for that of pulsatilla, for that of staphy which makes all the difference. Right? So the sensation has to be common from the family that they come from, but what may be different is the coping mechanism. Like for example, if the rustox is that of a typhoid miasm, you have got anacardium which has got a cancer miasm, you have got mangifera that is that of a psychotic miasm. Are you getting this? So this miasm can make the difference, but the sensation of the remedies coming from the same family of the plant kingdom has to be same. Are you getting this? This was then slowly, gradually, it became clear for us. And therefore, because of their miasm, the remedies were showing some little differences in their own self. What was the difference between rustox and mangifera? Was the miasmatic understanding, was the approach of coping mechanism that made the difference. Therefore, even though both coming from the same family, there is a fine difference between these two. And if you see, even in nature, mango tree and cashew tree go together. And even the fruit season is also the same. It is the summer season when they actually start flowering and fruiting. Right? So the season is also same. That means what I could understand is similar kingdom, similar families all have more or less similar weather condition, similar soil condition that is needed, similar type of water, soil and everything that is needed will be more or less similar. So it is not only that they come from the same family by the classification of botany, but also environmental condition needed for the plants from the same family also require more or less similar. Therefore, Mediterranean trees means it has to be in a Mediterranean climate only. It cannot be in a deciduous climate. That's what I could. Coniferous forest means it has to have all the condition, weather condition suitable for coniferous trees. Right? That's how I could understand that why does coconut only grow down south and not in north? Because the weather condition, the soil condition is suitable for that thing. So this was what was very important for us to understand, that plants have got certain weather condition that needs to be understood, and therefore our plant remedies have got a very specific modalities pertaining to the family that they come from. Are you getting? This is how they were then understood in a very different aspect, that there are environmental situations also helping the remedies modalities in the book. Right? Next. So the thought that if the main theme of the plant kingdom is sensitivity, then each family must have its own kind of sensitivity described in the calcium, strontium and barium. So what we have described, that calcareous carb, strontium carb and baryta carb, same column, carbon salt, so therefore there has to be some similarity, but the difference was about the miasm, where Calcarea Khar was soric, strontium Khar was psychotic, and Baryta Khar was syphilitic. Likewise, Rustox is typhoid miasm, Mangifera indica is psychotic miasm, and Anacardium is that from the cancer miasm, even though they are from the similar families. So this was very clearly then understood that any kingdom, may it be any kingdom, there has to be some miasmatic differences between amongst themselves. Like for example, in the animal world for the mammals, like the equine, the horse, the donkey and the zebra, all three are more or less having similar qualities, but there are little finer differences that differentiates between zebra to that of a horse to that of a donkey. Are you getting this? That is what was then, because if I know, okay, fine, this remedy comes from the equine family, okay, now which one? Again, there is a confusion. I come till the equine family, I understand this whole concept of this particular case that I am seeing is from the equine. Do I know that it's a donkey or a horse or a zebra for that matter? So therefore, this miasm concept, therefore this finer classification homeopathically was very much essential. This helped us because we already began with the miasmatic classification in the beginning. 10 miasms were drawn up. Levels of experience was understood. Kingdom wise till that level it was understood. At sub-kingdom, the miasm came for help. And then the final differentiation between the families, within the families also was easier for us to understand. Are you getting? Like the mineral kingdom, Calcarea, strontium and Baryta Khar, like the horse, donkey and zebra from the animal, like the Ranunculaceae family of that of pulsatilla, aconite and staphy. Are you getting this? Now every individual remedies, even though they are from the similar kingdom, sub-kingdom, and understanding the subspecies, even though they are similar, what makes the difference is that their coping mechanism in their situation, whatever they are sensitive to, that difference. Are you getting this? This was then strongly rooted. This was then made it very, very clear in understanding. Now I can understand holistically. Now what is true to one kingdom is also true to the other two kingdoms also. Now there is no confusion. Till now it was simply active reaction, passive reaction. Active, what is active, what is passive, God only knows. So therefore this understanding about active and passive reaction and compensation as a part of reaction became very clear in understanding what is there to be seen in it. Right? Next. So this is similar to what one sees in the mineral kingdom. Here the fundamental problem was with the structure or the role, and each group had a problem with a different kind of structure or role as described in the calcium, strontium and barium. So each one had a role to play. Each one had a structure. Each one wanted to know how much they are built up, how much they are developed, how much they are having their own mass, atomic mass, that how much they have their own mass that they can stand in any given occasion. Am I complete or do I need someone's help to be made complete? This was the issue for the minerals. So it was the issue about completion and incompletion. Being completely there to face the situation, or do I need the help? Do I need the support of someone else? Right? Next. So the question was, a given symptomatology, do we find the type of sensitivity best is? And the answer lay in the sensation, in the type of pain, in the sensation of the pain itself. So then in understanding the plants, to this Ranunculaceae, how will I understand this? The study began about understanding through the pain is the best place where you can understand. So the understanding of pain started to be reading now. Let us read the pain. Let us read the type of pain. Let us read the character of the pain. Let us read the nature of the pain. So what type of the pain is it? Pricking, stitching, burning. There are so many types of pain that we can notice. So then we saw, is it that the same family, remedies coming from the same family, do they have the similar type of pain that is described from one remedy to the other remedy? And to our surprise, we were seeing lot of these cases. For example, for the Rutaceae for that matter, or Rosaceae for that matter, these were having a typical type of pricking pain, typical type of crushing, twisting and then putting pressure and then squeezing it out. This type of pain that was seen in rutaceae. Then the idea became very clear, because if citrus limonum has this type of pain from the rutaceae, then even you have got ruta graveolens that comes from the same family also is having a similar type of pain. Then this understanding became very clear that even the type of pain more or less is similar from the remedies coming from the same family. Right? Next. So all effects through the search of repertoire began, and what surprisingly came was that remedies from a particular family shared at least one common sensation or type of pain. At least one type of pain was common in the remedies coming from the same family. If it was feeling of pressure, for example, a hemammalide, cannabis indica, cannabis sativa, all these jugulan cinerea, jugulan regia, all at least had compressed feeling, at least had pressure feeling, at least had heaviness, or at least had light feeling, or at least had floating. Something or the other was common. Right? That shows that there is at least one commonality coming from these remedies belonging to the same family, which gave an idea that yes, there is some commonality that is there.